Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Attack on Titan, and this is the two-part special, but only just part one of it. The hour-long episodes that are after season 4, episode 28. I don't really know what they're called, so that's why I gave them a very generic opening there, because I looked at a few things that called them like part 3 and part 4, because we did have season 4, part 1 and 2, and now is this like 3 and 4? Is that what it's actually called? I've seen some things refer to it as episodes 29 and 30, as just like extensions onto the end of, all of season 4. I'll have to try to figure out how I want to label it for my thumbnail and stuff, but either way, we've got an hour-long episode here. And last episode, we had the retrospective of kind of seeing some more of what they did in between Eren being captured and being in Marley and everything we saw ensue there. But after season 3, where they realized what the outside world was like and finished off all the Titans and made it to the coast and all that. So a little bit of time in between there where they actually went with the Azumabitos to the port and got to witness what life was like out there. And the stark differences between how like Connie and Sasha and they took the situation, and then the kind of where Eren was, where it felt like he was seeing more of the bad than the good, right? Like he's seeing the subjugation of the Eldian people, and even just the subjugation of immigrants and the way people are treated and stuff like that. And it felt like he kind of, you know, that's where he kind of resolved himself that the only way to solve this is to just wipe them all out. Not saying I agree, but I talked at length in the last discussion of being like, I don't know what the right answer was. Like, maybe the right answer was to just surround the island with the rumbling and then just use that as a threat and just hope that, like, they can talk to people and change public opinion about them or something. Like, but what if the world advances, like technology is advancing rapidly? What if it develops to the point where they have nukes that they can launch from across the world? I don't think Titans are going to help you against that, and all their people are just nuked. Eren only has 4 years left to solve this problem, So this is how he feels like he has to. I definitely don't agree. I don't think murdering the world is the answer, but I don't know what the answer is, other than just surround the island, use as a threat, and try to figure things out and hope it works out as an alternative to murdering the world. But that might get all your friends killed and everyone you know and love in your home destroyed. So, anyways, guys, let's jump into this and see what this part one brings us. We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Huh. What? Was that older Mikasa talking to younger Eren? Hmm. Yeah, we did have this in the beginning of the show, didn't we? Chapter 1. The Rumbling. Okay. Interesting. Damn, they cut off his hand for getting caught. Damn. Oh, is the rumbling coming? Damn. That's so scary. Jeez. They just walk right through. God damn. Man. Hmm. His shadow almost reminded me of like a colossal titan. Just like the generic outline of one. Huh. Jesus. Create a prison system or something and like not that I think a kid should be imprisoned, but he does need to be punished. Damn. Man. Oh, he did save him. Okay. Damn. Man. That's insane, man. Everything he's worked for to. Gee. No. Damn. Ah. Jeez. Ah. God, seeing his teeth that way. I hated it. Like, all of it was bad, but I hate teeth stuff. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Jesus. That's nuts, man. Literally, like, almost nothing left. Oh, people. That sucks. That's not a. There's no way that was supposed to be Grisha's parents, right? I can't remember exactly what they look like. But I guess they could still be alive. I was trying to think, like, could they still be alive at this point? Has it been too long? But hasn't. Jeez. I don't think it mattered either way, man. They seem faster than the cars. I wonder what the significance of the kids seeing Ymir. Like, I wonder if that means something. Hate his tiny little baby legs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he, like... He had this vision of what it was like, but the more he learned and the older he got, he realized what... Jeez. And then we cut to that. He was hoping to see this beautiful world out there. Oh. Interesting. Hmm. Damn. I wanted a rock, but now that you're not a rock, I don't want you anymore. Just kidding, sorry. Oh, look at these two, they're adorable. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. 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 What happened to Aaron? Hmm. Interesting. I mean, I'm sure there's still beauty in the world, it's just as they grew older, their childlike dreams faded and they saw the reality of the situation. Kind of like when you grow older and you start seeing the news and the politics and everything. Damn. Blow them up. Uh, Damn, Falco just realized this. He just woke up. It's a good point, I guess. Still love that name. Flying boat. She just realized. Mika's Mika's face. You know, he's gonna leave him. Hmm. I have a feeling she's gonna go anyway. Levi. Alright, oh. Hmm. Alright, so that's probably where he's headed and what she can give them for info. Okay, yep, and she told him. Okay. She just wants to think she was doing the right thing. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be euthanization or kill the world. It doesn't work that way. Gabi and Falco, yeah. Oh, alright. Man. You know they're... Oh, damn. That's crazy. Barely. Be really interesting if she does actually stay. I genuinely thought she'd change her mind, and she still might. Hmm. Be some shit if she changes her mind after they leave and just like fucking swims there as the comes like running in or whatever later. Female Titan's always been pretty quick, I feel like, but oh, Hanji never change. Hmm. I wonder what Erwin would think if he was here. Erwin, however you say it. What the fuck? How? What the fuck? I saw a bullet hit the plane. Please don't tell me it hit a fuel tank or something. How in God's name? That's insane. God damn it. Fucking flock. Oh no. The rumbling. Damn. Shit, man. Oh, man. Well, guess that's one way to get down there. That sucks. I mean, Oh no, Hanji. Oh no. Damn, I'm already getting emotional. I love Hanji. God damn it. Bye, guys. Is Levi staying too? Oh, fuck me, man. She's Hanji all the way to the end. Oh, the music. Oh my god. We about to see her pop off, man. They're beautiful. Oh. Oh. She managed to trip a couple. It is buying a little bit of time. Damn. Well, she didn't kill it, but she knocked it over and make a bunch of... I mean, I guess killing isn't... Buying time is the big thing. Jeez. Oh, man, that was close. I mean, if they're so close, that means Eren must not be too far away, unless they're really spread. Oh, fuck. Kind of badass having a flaming cloak. Hanji popping off, man. Oh, she is just on fire completely, man. Oh, Hanji. Fuck. Not gonna cry. Oh. She went out like a badass, though. Oh, okay, they sailed away. I thought they were just waiting there to die. Wait, what? Don't play with me. It must be some kind of afterlife. Damn. Holy shit, seen him again. Ugh. Oh, it's almost a relief. Like, I don't know if it's real or not, but, you know, just the idea that she's there with all her comrades and can talk to them, you know? Man. That's a... Yeah, fair. Yeah, he can remotely control it. Colossal. Hmm. Okay. I've been wondering where Zeke was. I meant to talk about it. Frickin' Levi, man. Always going up against Zeke. Man. I have a feeling this one's gonna go right up to the fight with Aaron. Hmm. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Oh, well. Man. It's such a weird. It's really weird to. I've never understood the whole like TV show concept of like wanting to be stopped, but they're still going through with what they're doing. Like if you want to be stopped, then just stop. Uh, oh shit. That that young Aaron? Yeah. Hmm. Uh-oh. Hmm. Okay. Did they just run in a circle? I guess that actually kind of does make sense. Jeez. You know, it it really makes sense that someone who fights for freedom doesn't want to take the freedom away from his friends. I mean, at least he's not a hypocrite in that regard, you know? He's taking a lot of freedoms away from other people in the world, but for the island of parody, who he cares about. Hmm. Damn. I wonder. Oh. Wait, what? Hmm. Okay. Oh. Huh. I mean, his Titan form did look bird-ish. So is Falco's Titan form gonna be able to fly? What is this? This is yeah, this is Annie's. She kind of gave up because she thought they were already dead. Oh, shit. No shit. That's crazy. Even on a train, they're moving quick enough. Jeez. Are they going to fight him? Yeah. Damn. I don't think it's gonna work, but damn. Yep. Wow. Damn, this guy's probably done a lot of bad things, but in the end, realizes. Hmm. Damn. Yeah, she kinda. Yeah. Damn. Is there a chance that our group gets here and stops him from killing the person Annie cares about? What? Alright. It was like a Titan was transforming down there, but Aaron's already a big bony thing, unless, like, that's just, like, the Warhammer power, and he's not actually, like, transformed or something, I don't know. Jeez. Oh, it's like, what the heck? It's like a Beast Titan made out of the Warhammer power? What is he throwing? Just rocks? Man, that's so discouraging. Shit. This is crazy, man. About that. Oh, are they here? Uh, uh, man. Damn. Oh, shit. Well, I guess he saw them. I mean, he knows they're coming. Is that actually Zeke, though? Or is that just the Warhammer using its goop to make a version of him? I don't know. God damn. Thing's got some maneuverability. Oh, fuck, man. The music. Man, it's gotta be so scary for, like, the humans that aren't Titan. Oh, shit! Alright. That's what they did with the explosives. I don't know how they managed to get it wrapped around her so perfectly, because she wasn't transformed inside the plane. She must have, like, had it, like, jumped out with it around her and transformed, and it just happened to go around her well. Damn. There's some... If they live, they're witnesses that the people of Parody tried to stop it too, you know? Hmm. Uh-oh. Ah! Alright, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but man. Alright. I'm gonna let the credits roll, just in case. So there is something. But we'll start talking about the episode as well, because that was a long one, and I recorded 28 before this, so I'm running out of time here. Um, but yeah, we had the kind of some of the notes that I took from the earlier parts of the episode was the motif of like Eren thinking the outside the walls as a kid, he's this bright-eyed, like, innocence where he has these dreams of how beautiful and amazing and exploring this, like, world is gonna be, like, if they can ever get out there, it's gonna be magical. And then he grows older and he starts to see, like, the outside world is just people that hate his people, and there's just more hate, more wars, more fights. It doesn't stop. And sure, there probably is still beauty out there, and I think that's kind of what Armin means, is like there's got to be something more out there. But what happens is sometimes when we get older, we start to our eyes get glazed over from those magical things that we see and think of, and instead we start seeing the news, we start seeing the tragedies, the bad stuff that happens in the world, the politics, the all of these things that just make you realize how much bad there is in the world. And I think that's what happened to Eren, is he just lost that childlike innocence. So yeah, it looks like that is going to be it. Nothing else after the credits. So that is it for the first part of the final arc. All right. Um we had a nice little scene with Armin and Annie as well, with, obviously they have a little bit of a connection that had formed. I don't know that I really got that earlier in the show. I'd have to rewatch the show. Maybe I just didn't think of it that way. But at some point, Armin seems to have felt a little something for her. And I don't even know, like, did it happen while she was still in the stone, or did he really just, like, notice it after? Was he just, like, kind of going there to talk to her to be nice? Because Armin is just kind of a nice dude. I'm not sure. Like I said, I think I'd have to rewatch the show and really pay attention to the interactions between Armin and Annie to know if that was something that was kind of planned from the beginning. Was it seeded in the show from the beginning? Because I don't remember too many of their interactions, other than, like, the few times that she was, like, the female Titan letting Armin live and things like that. But most of the confrontations have been, like, Annie and Eren together, like, not in that way, but I just mean, like, the way they, like, fought and she, like, tackled Eren down, and like, a bunch of those memories and everything. But I don't remember as many moments with just, like, Armin and Annie early on. But I could be completely forgetting. It's very, very much a possibility. But maybe it was kind of a thing where after she's gone, maybe he realized a little more of his feelings. And they did have their one moment, like, right before everything happened in season 1. There was that one moment where he talked to her in the alley and talking about, like, good or bad, like, and does Armin see her as good? And they did have a little bit of a moment there, but yeah. So it seems like they do have a little bit of a thing for each other. So kind of interesting if they do manage to all live through this. Maybe there is, like, an end game there for those two. We also have, like, clearly it's been on her mind for Mikasa whenever they, like, I can't remember if it was last episode or this episode where they where Eren asked her what he means to her, and just the way that she, like, got all flustered and blushed and everything. Like, I mean, she didn't even have to do that for us to know. Like, it's been clear to us for the longest time that she has a thing for Eren. But the funny thing is like, Eren's barely shown anything of him, like, feeling the same way back. He's been, ever since he's a kid, he's been so laser focused on his dreams and everything that it felt like he never really stopped to think about things like that. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. But but yeah, we have this plan to kill Zeke in order to stop Eren, because then he wouldn't have access to the founder anymore. And we had while they're coming up with this plan, they even like talked about why they can still use their powers and everything. And when they were pulled into that realm, we saw Eren and Ymir together, obviously, because he's like channeling that power and stuff, but it was young Eren, and I don't really know the significance of that. Like, I mean, it we know that like Ymir, like this is like the childlike version of Ymir too, right? Because she got older and like had kids, and the kids like ate her, like got old enough to then consume her and become titans themselves and everything, right? So uh but in this like dreamscape, she's like a child, and I wonder if like, it's a dreamscape, maybe it's like a like your childlike dreams being represented in your childlike form here, and things like that. I don't know. But yeah. I also wanted to say, like, the whole aspect of like letting them use their powers. I don't know if I would have thought of it if Eren didn't say it straight up, but it makes perfect sense that his whole ambition is freedom, and he doesn't want to take freedom away from his friends. It's like, yes, he could, and that would help ensure what he's doing is successful, because pretty much the only people that can stop him, he could just turn off their powers, but he doesn't want to hinder his friends in that way, because that would be going against everything that he believes in. And I gotta give props to his character and just the writers for writing it that way, because there's so many, like, yes, he is taking away the freedoms of other people and everything, so you can argue that he is going against his own thing, but like, he's already stressed that he doesn't care about the people of the outside world. Like, he just wants parity to live and survive. So I feel like it does go within his code. But the thing is the people that he does care about, that's where like the conflict comes from, where I think in a lesser show they would write him in a way that he does take their freedoms away, and maybe they bring that up in the show. Like, I've seen shows do that where he wants to be free, so he takes his friends' freedoms away, so that way he can succeed in his plan of being free, and letting them be free in the future and everything. But no, they don't do that here, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that he's just like, no, like, I'm not gonna take your freedoms away because this is what I believe in. That would defeat the purpose of everything I'm doing here. So I thought that was really interesting. I didn't realize that the founder even had the power to like take, like, just to turn off all of their powers. That's pretty nuts. But we had the loss of Hanji in this episode. That was heartbreaking. It's the first time in a long time I've shed tears for this show. I think I was still so like jumbled in my mind when we jumped from season 3 to season 4, and we spent so much time with like Falco and this other group, and then we come back to this war and our other characters just show up and they're older and the animation is a little different on them. And I think I was just thrown for such a loop that when Sasha died, I didn't feel it as much, like, in the immediate moment. And then like a little after, when they start like reminiscing and they start showing like her when she's younger and stuff, like there was like this mind barrier of like, it's been so long and she's so much older that I don't recognize the person I'm seeing in front of me as much as I did before. And so seeing her die didn't make me as emotional as it probably should have. But uh but here, like, we've spent enough time with them being older with the new animation and everything that I didn't have that divide. So the loss of Hanji was, I mean, she went out like a badass, but it was really sad just seeing her go out like that. But I mean, I'm so happy that she was Hanji all the way to the end, just saying like, oh, I wanna go and get this done before this thrill is out of me, like, I wanna go use this high. and everything. It's like, and just her, like, the way she talked to Peak. I always forget Peak's name. I always want to say like Hutch or Peach or something like that, or like, I don't know what I like always think when I try to think of Peak's name, but the way that she talked to Peak and she's like, "Oh, I want to someday. I hope you envelop me with your Cart Titan's warmth." You know, and she's like, "What? Don't make it weird," and just walked away. You know, just being that to the end, just flying into battle. You know, not being like, "Wow, these things are like scary. They're gonna kill me. I don't want to die," kind of thing. But no, she's like, "Oh, Titans are beautiful. Like, look at these. They're magnificent." You know, just marveling at the colossals in front of her. But, you know, despite how much she loves them, she never, like, lets that hinder her from doing her job and stuff like that. So, and just the little bit of the, because obviously there's all the steam everywhere that's hot, plus, you know, the cape catching on fire from the steam, and then, you know, a lot of times wind can and oxygen can make fires grow. It just kind of spread and just burned her up. I almost wish she went in a different way, because that seems like such a torturous way to die, is just burning to death, you know. But I'm so happy. I mean, I said it during the reaction. I'm so happy that she was able to, you know, we got that vision, because it's always like, oh, I wonder if she made it to the other side and stuff like that. But in a way, they kind of confirmed it. At least it's confirmation enough for me. Like, I don't know if that's to say there is an afterlife and that everyone that dies goes to a place like this, but just giving us a brief moment of seeing Hanji there with Erwin and hearing Erwin's voice again after so long, and all that. It was, and everyone else that she has lost and stuff like that, and just saying like, "Man, the job you left me with was stressful," and he's like, "Oh, you don't have to worry about that anymore, and we can talk about it." And it's so nice that she's just going to be able, you know, she probably hasn't had too many people to talk about with, you know, being at the top and everything. A little bit of Levi she could like confide in, but, and now she can just talk about it and watch over her friends and all that. So I wonder if they'll give us one more glimpse at all. You know, will they pull at our heartstrings even more? I don't know if I want it or if I don't want it, you know what I'm saying? Like, they could very easily pull at our heartstrings, and towards the end of the last episode we could have a moment where they're just like, it just shows our group like all together again, or however this, I don't know how this story ends, whether it ends by killing Eren, or whether they manage to talk him out of it, and do they go back to parody, and if they go back to parody and like things are all good or whatever, and we're kind of seeing like the aftermath stuff, like, is there a moment where we could see like Erwin and Hanji together and just being like, you know, the people we left behind did good or something, and just see that they're still watching over them and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, we have this whole other plan coming up from Falco, with Falco's dreams coming from Zeke because he drank the spinal fluid, but finding out that the female Titan can apparently eat the other Titans and gain some of their aspects. That's I wonder if that was like foreshadowed. Now, we did have something where back when Annie and Eren fought in season 1, we had a moment where they were like melding together. Was that like the female Titan kind of consuming a little bit of the attack Titan to try to gain that power? Is that like, is that what that was, or was that something different? But bringing that knowledge up, apparently Falco is becoming more Beast Titan like because of having a little bit of Zeke's spinal fluid in him. Is that why he's so like furry? Like, is the furry thing part of like the Beast Titan, and what does that give him? And what does he need in order to fly? It's not like there's another Titan that can fly and he can like eat that and gain wings, or is it just an aspect of the Claws Titan that, like, Claws plus Beast means he can like sprout wings if he just learns how to, you know? And then what does that have to do with Annie's ability to devour and gain aspects? Is she gonna like devour some of Falco to get the ability to fly as well, and both of them are gonna fly separately? Or is she just gonna ride them and go devour some of like the others and like gain some of that power? Like, I don't know. Man, it'd be kind of crazy to see her eat some of like Rhina and some of the others and just like gain like armor all over her too. Just have an armored female Titan. I mean, I guess it does make sense that the female Titan is one of the ones we know the least about, and she did just kind of seem like a female Titan. Like, she did have that, like, yell that drew in the Titans, but I don't know if that was supposed to be, like, a unique power, or that was just her yelling and it drew the attention of the Titans, you know, to eat her back in Season 1. But, I mean, I don't know. Other than that, I guess we never knew what her, like, special build... Like, the Armored Titan obviously has his armor. She had the hardening, but we also learned that other Titans can do the hardening, too, so that wasn't really unique to her. Whereas early on, we kind of thought that might have been her thing, is like the ability to harden in the way that she was doing it, but really it's just that we only really saw it from her. You know, Colossal Titan has like the nuke and his size and everything that makes him like stand out and be different, but I guess we never really knew what the female Titan really had that made her stand out and be different, so I suppose it makes sense that it could just be that we never knew and now we know. Sometimes I just wish that things like that were seeded a little bit more, and I don't know that that was ever seeded to us. And it kind of just feels like they, you know, when that kind of stuff happens, it can sometimes feel like they just made it up on the spot. Like, just now they were like, oh, what can we do to add to this situation? Well, let's give Annie a new power that no one knew about before. But maybe it was seeded somewhere and I just missed it or didn't interpret it in such a way, you know? But, man, just seeing the rumbling and the death toll it's done, the damage it's done, like, I know I questioned whether this would actually be able to kill every single person, but, I mean, I did kind of forget about the steam, which we saw in this episode, just getting near them just vaporizes people, and then we saw them just, all they gotta do is walk through an area, and it, like, flattens and destroys everything, like, actually, like, desert landscape behind them, except for, like, a few, like, little bits of, like, rubble and trees and stuff, so, I mean, I guess it doesn't solve the problem that I had of, like, kind of like what Azumabito lady and Annie and all them on that boat just kind of, like, took off and got away from it. It's like, how do we know that no one's just gonna take a boat and go behind where the rumbling already walked and just start, like, rebuilding there? You know, it's like, or something like that, you know, like, how many times is Eren gonna have to walk the planet to make sure that everybody but the people in Parody are dead? You know, it's like, I do feel like trying to kill every single person is a tough task, but that's me nitpicking. You know, I'm sure we might not even get to that point anyway, because, like, clearly, I highly doubt the story is going to end with Eren winning, killing everybody on the planet, and, like, all of his friends dying trying to stop him or something like that, and then the show just ends, you know? Like, most shows end with, like, a relatively happy ending. Like, it might not have to be happy, but at least, like, more closure than that, so, not to metagame it a little too much, but we're probably gonna be getting, you know, some kind of way of stopping him. But yeah, I'm really curious what the whole what Annie and Falco and all that do, but we also had the whole thing where, like, he spawned the Beast Titan, but the Beast Titan didn't look like the normal Beast Titan. It looked more like a fabrication of the Warhammer power. But they said, like, oh, the Beast Titan came out to play or whatever, and, like, I guess that's a quick way to, like, talk about the situation and say what is going on. But is that actually Zeke and his like power? If you were to like cut the nape of the neck, could you get Zeke out of there and and kill him dead? Or is that just a bunch of goop in the form of the Beast Titan? I don't know. It did feel like the way that it like lightning struck and everything, like it does when they transform. It does feel like he's just like using Zeke and everything, but yeah. We'll have to wait and see. We got one more. Like I said, I may try to get to it tomorrow or soon. But you guys won't have it for, the typical 1 week in between. So thank you guys so much for watching. I think that's it for me. I can't wait to see the rest of this. I can't believe we're one episode away. Finally gonna have Attack on Titan done. It's been on my agenda for so long to watch and finish this show. And I'm really glad I am, because I've almost been spoiled so many times by watching other reactors, because Attack on Titan is such like a widely popular show that so many people reference it. I go and watch other reactions to other shows that are completely different from Attack on Titan, and people make references to Attack on Titan, and I have to like, they'll be like, oh, just like on Attack on Titan when, and I have to like pause the video real quick and just like either skip ahead a bunch or just go to the next episode and just screw the rest of the video, just because I don't want to get spoiled for this show. But finally one episode away, and I'll be free to just listen to all those reactors that like to reference the show. But yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more. Last episode's on there. So and I will catch you guys in my future reactions. Bye bye.